Hi, I'm Jonathan Field. Today I'm here on behalf of Horse Illustrated to give you some support information on an article I wrote called Building a Partnership Through Leadership. I'm going to use my good buddy Noel. This is a horse that we've adopted. He was an amazing story Noel has, but he was a rescue horse. And like so many, when he's in his home environment, when he's in a nice arena like this, you can see his demeanor. He's calm, he's quiet, his ears are relaxed, he's just checking things out, he's nice and relaxed. But when they go out, Noel, like so many, get very reactionary. The head goes up and the disconnection starts to come. I want to show you, through using a certain style of leadership, how you can gain the connection back, get the partnership you want, outside as well as inside the arena like this. So let's go have some fun, let's have a ride, see what kind of trouble we can get into. So we've just entered the pasture here, and you can already see he's getting that look. He's kind of getting that stance. Where are they? What's happening? And I've already started to, lose a little bit of that. So what I'll do is I'm just going to start to ask even of him right now. I'll do a little circle like this, and I'm going to wait for him to kind of right there. As soon as he drops and relaxes a little, connects back to me, I release, go back to neutral, and let him be. Let's carry on out towards the horses and see what he thinks of that. A little animated here. One thing I want to tell you is I'm riding him in the rope halter here like this, only because that's where more of his training is. He's had very little time in the bit. But everything I'm doing would apply to the bit the same as it would the halter. So now he's just spotted these horses over here. And you can see the head coming up, the reactions start to happen. So at this moment already, I'm going to start to ask of him to take the leadership back, to take his attention back. And he's getting a little frisky. He wants to, have his own thought here. So at that moment, it's key what I do. I don't want to go passive. He tried to bite me. I don't want to be passive and be looking at what he's looking at and let his focus lead me. At this moment, I need to have a strong intent, a strong focus. Push him around here a little. If it gets too animated, I'd step on the ground. I wrote in the article and talked about disengagement. If he starts to get up a little more and reactionary, what I'll do is I'll take the rein, press my leg, press the rein, and see if I can disengage the hind, which means to cross those back legs over. So I'll cross him over like that, and I'm going to back him up a bit. I'm going to push him around a little bit here and show him that I have control of his body. I'll back him up. He's really trying to, watch those horses. He wants to see what they're doing. And I'm saying, I'm the most important thing that you focus on, Noel. So I'll get him to turn around here. There's a little bit. Now I release. Right there, I go very soft and very relaxed. He's more back at what we call neutral, more relaxed. As soon as his attention starts to leave me again, I start to direct him a little, turn him in a circle. I'll take him a little bit back towards home. Say, we can come, we can go, Noel. There's some of the relaxation. You notice a little drop of the head. That's all good news. Because they react, doesn't mean they're going to be there forever, and that's the same as if they relax, it doesn't mean they're going to be there forever. What's important, though, is that when he does go up, that I am focused on being a leader at that moment. And when he relaxes, I still stay a leader, but I don't have the intensity. It's not required at that moment. So now he feels back with me again, I give him comfort, and if he starts to look out as I go past the mares, he's looking there, I just bump him back a little, release, and give him some direction, and get a focus, like I want to go over here and say, no, we're not going. Now that there is what we call a path issue. He tried to take over path and speed. So I'll bring him back, put him on my path and say, Noel, you can look around, buddy, but don't just go and take off and, lose control here. Even in a pasture like this, I'm still riding a very specific path, and when he's on it, I give him comfort. Let's get closer to the horses. So now I start to look at Noel's posture. The head is pretty level, his ears are just looking around. I don't mind if he looks around and sees these horses out here, as long as he doesn't start to think to himself, I'm going to take over. Meaning I'm going to take over the path that I want to ride on. That he's going to start to take over some of that. If the attention gets more intense onto the horses, then I'll start to develop a plan where I say focus on me. Horses started running and Noel wants to go. This is the perfect opportunity. You can see him pushing out with his shoulder. He's trying to go. So I'm going to take control of the hindquarters. Yield that around. He's becoming reactionary. We're in a bit of a situation here. So I yield this hindquarters around. And I'm going to start to get very focused on what I want to do here. Yield this hind. Move him forward. This is the moment where I've got to be active. If I can't ride this and he's too reactionary, I need to step on the ground to deal with this. But right now, when he's animated, the horses just ran through here. It's a good time for me to start becoming very focused on what I'm looking for him to do. You notice the whinnying starts, the herd bound. This is the moment of truth. This is what I'm trying to establish back again. How do we get connected? How do we get that partnership back and get him connected to me? I'll keep asking the hindquarters around. I'll back him up. I'm looking for the subtle change of when he comes back a bit and I have his ears on me. Right there, I'm going to go much more subtle, much more relaxed. Doesn't mean he's here with me for good. And I'm going to keep directing him on the inside rein here until that ear comes back to me. I'll use my rein and leg. See, he's got his attention out. I press here, I'll yield behind till his ear comes back to me, till he looks back on me. There, for just a second, he looked. I'll send him forward again. I'm going to keep asking of him in this moment, say, Noel, it's me. It's me you're after. You want to watch what I'm doing here. It's you and me together, buddy. You don't have to worry about them. And that's a big challenge when horses run. It happens on the trail to people. It can happen here just in, pasture in the backyard. I'm looking for that little bit of a change. I'll keep coming up, just doing a little figure eight here. I'm going back and forth in little circles. There's the head coming down a little more. Not a lot of connection with the ears yet. Push him forward. What's so important is that I'm not passive at this moment. That I have a place to go. I have a strong intent, a strong focus. I have a plan for me and Noel. There's a little more relaxation. As he softens, I soften. I try to give him, the feeling of comfort, a little bit of that feeling of neutral. Focusing clear on my path. I'm kind of going around different chunks of grass. I have focused here that I'm going to try to make sure that Noel feels like I have a place for us to go. He doesn't have to join that herd. When he wants to relax and connect with me a little more like that, that's where I'll stop. And that's where you're back. A little bit back. He's still gone. So I'm going to tap right there. I bump this side of the rein to get his ears back onto me. Give him a little rub. Make things easy now. I don't mind if my horse looks. And you can see, there he's willing to look back. There he's even relaxing, dropping his head a little more. And he's looking less strong. He's looking without that really strong focus. And right now he's back connected. So I'll take him for a little walk and see if I can just show him that when he's with me, that things are easy. And I start to have him get that feeling of comfort with me. But you can see, through that leadership, through coming up with a plan for us, we've regained the connection and we're ready to go. Let's have our ride now. We'll carry on. Head is down, he's relaxed. Feels good. Well, I've got my partner back, Noel. I want to thank you for joining me. I want to encourage you to really think safety. Think about the control and the leadership you have when everything's ideal. In a teaching format like this, I want to try to always show you in a real life situation. So we've created one today. But for you at home practicing with your horse, make sure you prep, you get the leadership, you get the body control, you get the things that you need in a safe area, in the arena, on the ground out here. Thanks for joining me and being so inspired by horses. We'll catch you down the trail. Good job, Noel.